Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a video on how you can save money on groceries without coupons like I do. Some of this stuff is no-brainer stuff, but I'm sure that if you hear it again from somebody else, it might get those wheels turning in your head on a way that you can make a plan to save money on your groceries.
Welcome to my channel, Many Hats in Focus. This is where I share my life and family with you through cooking and cleaning for motivation and inspiration while I walk the path to self-improvement and making a better me.
Okay, so let's get started with number one. I save on groceries by buying items at the grocery store that do not have an advertising budget. So when companies are spending millions of dollars, maybe, just on advertising, then they can charge a lot more for their products. So you want to stick with stuff that doesn't have a label, like fruits and vegetables. And fruits and vegetables do not have an advertising budget, so you're not going to see like a carrots commercial or a green beans commercial unless it's like Jolly Green Giant canned green beans. So that is one way you can save. Okay, going along with number two, here's one of those no-brainer tips for you, is to drink more water. And I'm not talking about buying bottled water or bottled spring water at the store. I'm talking about just good old plain tap water. And if you do not have usable drinking water, then of course you're going to go ahead and spend the money on water. But they also have at some stores where you can buy a reusable water container, and you get a very large jug of water, and it goes into a dispenser. And I have heard you can get it as low as 25 cents a jug, and it's reusable, and it saves on putting plastic in the landfill. Okay, so some of you are not gonna like number three. Number three is to avoid buying so much meat. I go on forums where they talk about saving money on groceries, and a lot of times people will list their budget amount. Oh, I have $350 I can spend each month on groceries. And then a lot of the tips and comments are ways to save on meat products. But meat is actually a luxury item. It wasn't until factory farming came on the scene that people thought that they had to have meat with every meal. So I suggest seriously cutting your meat budget, if not cutting it out completely, because meat is so expensive. I mean, I've seen hamburger go for like $4.99 a pound. And if you redirect that money into, say, fruits and vegetables, then you could probably even buy organic and still save more money than you would have buying that meat product. As a further note about meat, if you are going to try some vegetarian meals or some vegan meals, don't replace your meat with meat substitutes, because those can be just as expensive as going ahead and buying the meat, if not more expensive. You can make bean burgers at home, for example, for pennies on the dollar. So don't go spend your money on the meat substitutes. Number four. So this is my suggestion to being able to save money, and as well as not letting anything go to waste, is to meal plan. Either pick a planning basis for like a week or 2 weeks. Some people do a month, but produce doesn't necessarily last for a whole month. So I like to do a 1 week or a 2 week meal plan. And then once I get everything on my meal plan that I'm going to buy, I make a list and shop accordingly. And you need to make a list and stick to your list. And of course, like they always say, don't go to the grocery store hungry. Number 5, shop at a discount grocery store chain. In my area, these are places like Aldi and Save-A-Lot, and also Dollar Tree even has some food items, but a lot of them are processed. So if you're avoiding processed food, I wouldn't suggest Dollar Tree unless it was for the spices. But if you shop the discount grocery chains, you can save up to 30 to 50% on everything you buy because they don't do certain things that the other chains do. Like, for instance, Aldi doesn't pay people to go out in the parking lot and bring the carts back because they have a system where you deposit a quarter and you bring your own cart back, as well as they don't bag your groceries. They have a system where you can buy a grocery bag, but I like to use reusable grocery bags when I go to Aldi. So this is a great way to cut money out of your budget for food. Number 6. So this is where you buy your produce in season. If you do not know what produce is in season, then you can easily look it up online and find out. We are going into spring, and just a couple of things that are in season in spring is apples and avocados and celery and onions. So there's a whole bunch more, and if you plan your menu according to what's in season, you can save a lot of money. Number 7 is a tip that I like to use when I go to the grocery store. If I'm buying beans or lentils or just any type of legume, I will buy them in the bag dried instead of buying a can because you can save a whole lot of money doing that. And beans are high in protein and a lot of other nutrients, so you can make 3 to 4 cans worth out of a bag of dried beans, and a can of pinto beans at my Aldi costs 65 cents, and a bag of beans costs $1.49. So you can see that there is a really big difference if you make your beans yourself at home. Number 8 is a tip that I like to use. I like to cook my food from scratch. So that means that when you're shopping, you want to shop for staples like flour, cornmeal, stuff like that, so that you can make recipes at home. And if you do this, you can save a whole lot of money. Like, I know the cheapest that I can find bread around here is about 89 cents a loaf. But if you make your own bread, you can make it for about 25 cents a loaf. Number 9 is a simple thing to do, and it involves a little bit of math though, but most people have calculators on their phones, is to compare the unit prices. If it is cheaper to buy a 5-pound bag of flour rather than a 10-pound bag of flour, you will know this by comparing the unit prices. So say the 5-pound bag will work out to be, I don't know, like say 75 cents per unit, and the 10-pound bag is actually 89 cents per unit. It actually makes more sense to buy 2 5-pound bags than a 10-pound bag. And finally, that brings us to number 10. So this is something to take into consideration when you're menu planning, as the best of planning can still be overestimated. So with number 10, I encourage you to do a pantry challenge. And this is where You assess everything in your pantry, your kitchen that you have on hand before you go grocery shopping, and plan your meals accordingly. It's best if you can do it and not to go to the store at all, but if you have to go to the store to pick up a couple items, it's still much cheaper than planning out a whole nother week when you got all this food at home. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my 10 tips to save money on groceries without coupons. If you like this video, please click the like button. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please click the red subscribe button. Thank you and have a great day.